Hello and welcome to today's live Q&A, which is a special Black Friday one. I'm Katie, CEO and founder at Barn2 Plugins.
And I'm Sam, and I do all of the videos here at Barn2. I recently realized that I've uploaded over 100 videos to the Barn2 YouTube channel, getting actually closer to 120 videos at this point. So, yeah,
Well, and your anniversary with the company,
yeah,
2-year anniversary was yesterday, wasn't it?
that's right. Yeah, 2 years. And I only just learned how to use Gutenberg. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you beat me. No, we
Yeah.
shouldn't do that. So,
All right.
yeah, so before we start, we should probably talk about the sale a bit and then go over the usual Q&A format. So we've just started our early Black Friday sale today, even though Black Friday is actually next Friday. And so we are offering 30% off all of our plugins with the coupon early30. Or if you're interested in any of our new web development services, then all of the fixed price ones, you can use the code service20 to get 20% off. And that is basically like a website, so a complete new website, plugin setup services, speed optimization, maintenance packages, that kind of thing. So all the services that have a fixed price on our website, we're doing 20% off. But more importantly, we are also doing a special offer for 10 people who watch this live stream today. We currently have 24 people watching and we only started 2 minutes ago. So there's going to be a lot more than that. So for the first 10 people to use the code AAP50, we will give 50% off our all access pass. So this is the only sale we do every year. We only ever do Black Friday sales really across all of our products. So it's one sale a year and 50% is very unusual. So that's just for the first 10 people that use that code watching this live stream. So Sam, do you want to talk about the Q&A side of things and how it all works?
Yeah, of course. I think we've been doing these live streams for about a year now. And so for those of you who are not familiar, though, you may have submitted a question or you may just be curious to see what we're talking about. We've received questions from some of the viewers and our plugin users, maybe people who still haven't quite decided on a plugin of ours or not, and they just want to learn a little bit more about it. So we introduce what the plugins are, what they're doing, as well as give you recommendations on how you can use them on your own site. So people submit very specific questions or just generally broad questions about the plugins, and we do our best to answer them on these live streams. Of course, you can go back through and watch older live streams, and I've added in the descriptions for those videos timestamps, so you can actually see what questions were being answered throughout those videos, in case you're curious about some other topics. Oh,
Okay.
and yeah, please do leave comments if you are here watching live as well. As we can see, there are several people who have already left comments. I think this is Cornelis, and it says hello. So hello to you.
Yeah. And so in terms of company news, I'll keep that fairly brief today, but we were very excited that we won some awards this month. So we've got to talk about those. So there's a conference called WooSesh, which is all about WooCommerce. And I was actually a speaker at the conference and they have an awards ceremony, and WooCommerce Product Filters plugin won WooCommerce Extension of the Year, and I won Advocate of the Year. So that was all very exciting. Yeah. So that's the awards. And we're about to release, I know I've said this before, the live preview add-on for our WooCommerce Product Options plugin. That is in the final stages of quality assurance now. So we have a QA engineer who rigorously tests every release before it goes out. So we're in the final stages of that with the live preview option, which is an add-on for WooCommerce Product Options. And I know a lot of people are waiting for that. So that's very exciting that is very nearly ready, and we're hoping early next week. But if you watch these, I never promise a date because you never know. But as soon as it's through QA, that will be released, and we will email Product Options customers to tell them how they can get it for a discount.
Let's jump into our first question then. What products do you have that can help to grow my business? Asks David. So this is more of a general WooCommerce question. And the great thing is that we do have a lot of products and you can utilize them in all kinds of great ways to grow your business. What I would say is, after looking at what you've been doing, uh, you have added some specific functionality, David, to your site with our plugins, but you haven't actually yet improved the entire ordering process from the perspective of a customer. So what we decided we could show you here is a little demo of some of our other plugins in action together. So I'll just bring that up now. So this is what we would call a quick order form. So I'll just point out the plugins that are being used. So these drop-down filters and the filters that are on the side are done by our filters plugin, WooCommerce Product Filters. And the table itself is provided by WooCommerce Product Table. And then you can click and get a quick view using our quick view plugin as well. There's a couple other plugins I'll talk about in a second, but let's just first see how all three of them work together. So first of all, the table layout does give us an easier way to order multiple products at once. We can select products like this, or we can add quantities here and click on add to cart buttons. This is actually two different ways to add to cart here. You can select and then add these items to cart like this, or you can simply press the add to cart button. If there's variable products, you can use the drop downs. And if you're using our product options plugin, they'll also be able to display in the table. If you want to filter and see what products are in that category, you can just click on the filters, and this already sorts the products for you. You can further sort down, for example, by color. So now we just have one color, that's a t-shirt with this color. And then you can also reset or clear those filters. So it's a pretty, I would say, modern way of setting up your store. I think almost every WooCommerce site you visit these days has filters, and the default filtering options in WooCommerce are very much not up to standard for modern e-commerce. So having a filter plugin is, I think, essential, and I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. Now, there is one other thing. If we actually add something to our cart, you can see this sidebar popping up. It can also pop up in the middle. This is provided by our Fast Cart plugin, and it can replace your cart and your checkout if you want it to. So the entire experience of going through the checkout can be done in this Fast Cart plugin. And so here we go, and I can place the order straight away, and I'm still on the same page. I could just click away from that, and there's this little pop-up cart. I can click on that again. And the last plugin I was going to recommend is not on this page, but it's our Discount Manager plugin. I don't really have to show you that. I'll just explain that if you're using the Discount Manager plugin, you can create all kinds of store-wide specials, or just on a per category or per product basis. You can provide discounts, bundling products, buy one, get one free, or buy two, get one free. Those sorts of offers are also not easy to set up, or not even possible to set up in WooCommerce by default. But with our Discount Manager plugin, it's definitely a lot easier. So I hope that helps.
Okay, and the next question was from Lewis, who says, can I upgrade anytime the all access pass from 1 to 5 websites? So yes, with any of our plans, you can upgrade in the future to a different one. So with the all access pass, you can buy it as 1, 5 or 20 websites. So if you ever need to increase in the future, then what you do is log into your account on barn2.com and then go to the license section where you will see an upgrade page where that will list all of the available upgrades for your license. With the all access pass, that will be the 5 site and the 20 site option. And if you do that today, then if you're one of the first 10 people, you can use the code AAP50 to get that for 50% off. So that's a good time to do that.
One chance in the year to do that, let's say.
Yes. So that's that general question. So let's go into our next section, which is about the WooCommerce Product Options plugin.
Sure. Yeah, I've got a tab to share about that one. So let's jump in there and have a look. So definitely one of our more popular plugins, WooCommerce Product Options. I'll show you how it works just by giving an example of one of these products. So let's go into the smartphone option. So what WooCommerce Product Options is doing is it's creating options rather than variations, which come from attributes. And so this is, these images are a little cropped for some reason.
Oh, can you force a refresh, because that was fixed today?
Do like a
Control Command Shift R usually does it. No,
Okay.
it works on mine.
Maybe we'll show yours then.
Yeah,
I'll just show a different product because
that was a temporary bug with the demo, but it is mended now.
Okay.
I've got it open now. Should we switch to me?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay,
this is a copy of the demo site. That's why.
Okay, here we go. Oh, of course, yes. So if you've cloned the demo, you've not got the fix that Luigi did today. So you can keep talking, but this is the page.
Right. So this is this plugin is showing at the moment some related products, which are actual products on the store, and they can be selected and added into the product. But in general, this plugin has 16 different option types. So those could be checkboxes, radio buttons, text input fields, file input fields. Here we have some examples of radio buttons and checkboxes for creating a custom pizza. It doesn't have to be a pizza, but it could be any product. But basically, you can add options. There's also a pricing calculator, which will automatically update the price based on data input by the customer. For example, if they want to order something that's a custom size, you can, like these curtains here, they can put in a certain width, a certain length, and the customer will get a specific price based on those dimensions. So yeah, this is a really functional plugin. And as Katie said, it is getting, we are going to be adding as a bundled product the live preview. So when you have, so for example, say you sold t-shirts with custom logos, then the customer would be able to get a preview of those if you get that bundle add-on with this plugin as well, once that's available in the very near future. All right.
Okay, so questions. So Jamie wants to know, I have few products, but each of them have like 8 attributes and thousands of variations. What I want is also depending on each value selected in a field to show or hide other fields. So this is very common, that with variations, you soon end up with thousands. And that's because with variations in WooCommerce, you have to create a separate variation or option for every possible combination. So if you've got, say, 8 attributes, each of which have 20 choices, then that's 8 times 20. And for each of those, you have to add, say, a price and things like that. So you do soon end up with a lot. And the other thing that you can do with product options is, instead of doing it like that, you create the options directly in our plugin, where you only have to add each thing once, and the plugin does the maths of combining all of those options, and so that you don't have to create quite so many options yourself. However, I should say that if Jamie really does want to use attributes and variations, that will soon be okay in our plugin, because we're currently working on another new feature for product options where you will be able to use variations and display them in all the different styles that we just showed you on that demo site. So if you want to show variations as checkboxes or clickable images or something like that, then you will be able to do that pretty soon. But at the moment, when you use WooCommerce Product Options, you add the options in our plugin, which is simpler than using variations. And the second part of Jamie's question is about basically conditional logic. So when the user selects a value from the product options, that will show or hide other fields. And given the complexity of some of Jamie's options, that could be a really good idea, because you can show the customer only the fields that are relevant to them. So, for example, let's say you're adding gift wrap options to some kind of product, and so you've added a gift wrap checkbox or something like that. You might just have a checkbox that says, please gift wrap this product, and that will reveal lots of hidden options. So only when they've selected that will it reveal other things. So Sam, do you want to talk through this example?
Yeah, sure. So this is an example of a business card product, and the user, the customer, has two options at the start of the workflow, let's say the customer flow, where they can choose to either use pre-built template or upload their own design. And depending on which one is selected, that will change what fields are then required for them. So in the uploading of their own design, there's a file upload field where they can upload their SVG or PNG file. Whereas the pre-built template, they'll just take all of the details down, choose a font, and then go down to the final options with the finishing touches. Now, I also added one more thing here, which is that the finish is also a conditional field if the manufacturer location, which is just a normal attribute in WooCommerce, is set to Germany. But if you set it to China, then you don't get that option at the end. But if you set it to Germany, I just set this up as a little example, then you have this extra option here, just in case
So
there
that's
was
a
something like that.
variation drop down the country, is it,
Yeah,
rather than
it's
created in our plugin?
exactly. Yeah, this was created purely within WooCommerce as an attribute. So I made this a variable product just for this demonstration. I wouldn't expect you would normally do that, but I just wanted to show that it's possible.
Yeah, that's valid. Should we see the back end of how you did that?
Yeah, yeah, sure. It should be this one here. Share this tab. Okay. So this is basically what we're seeing here is all of the option fields that we've created for this particular product. And so just to give you an idea of this finish, we need to go down to the advanced settings and we can see the conditional logic. So the condition is the manufacturer location, which is a product attribute. Now you can't see that many, that's okay. It's a product attribute, and the comparison contains, and the value I set to Germany. I could have set it to either or both, but this is how the conditional logic is set up in our plugin. And then you just save those changes, and that's how it looks in the backend. There's a lot of these options fields, but most of them only show up depending on if one conditional logic is, setting or the other. So you don't see all of them all the time. You just see half of them. Yeah. Did you want to see anything else on this page?
I think that covers everything that Jamie wanted, so that's good.
Cool.
So before we move on to Post Table Pro, I just want to say, everybody watching live, please do add your questions, because we can answer and do personalized demos for you and things like that. We've got 67 people watching live now and not many people in the live comments, so do leave your comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always fun to interact with people, especially when they're watching from Australia or some other wild places down under. Cool.
So Post Table Pro.
Yeah, no problem. I've got that demo as well. I'll just bring that up now.
And this is a good example of, if you're watching live, Mike, please tell us exactly your questions and how you'd like to use it, because we'd be happy to tailor what we're about to say. So Mike said he just wants general understanding, which we can do, but anything specific, we're happy to answer as well.
So we're looking at Post Table Pro, which, if I'm not mistaken, is essentially one of the oldest, longest plugins that we've had.
Yeah, it was our second ever plugin. Yeah.
Second ever plugin. And like some of our other plugins, it's a table structure. That's the main function of this plugin, is to take posts or really any other custom post type and convert them into a table layout, which is sortable, filterable, searchable, and it makes the job of finding and essentially going through this data, which is on your website, a much slicker and easier process. So, say you wanted to list all of your blog posts or just all of the posts that are on your website in general, whether they're like news, design, blog, you can categorize them. You can throw them all into a table. You can add cool links and buttons. You can add audio, video, and view buttons so people can go and view the entire content rather than just seeing the summarized version in the table. There's a lot of integrations and use cases for this. So we have a dedicated document library plugin, so I won't talk about that. But let's say you wanted to create a member directory. People who sign up to your website as professionals, you could list them in the table. So this could be like a networking site. Just one other example, you could create a video gallery or podcast archive. Oh, and YouTube doesn't like those videos, apparently. Maybe I'm in the wrong country or something like that. But yeah, so you can put your entire video archive in here as well, in case you wanted to add that into your website. So that's Post Table Pro in a nutshell.
Yeah, I was just writing myself a note to look at that. It looks like those videos have been removed from YouTube since we created our demo, because they're just random videos. So we will need to fix that. So yeah, the thing I love about Post Table Pro is just how many different things you can use it for, because not many people buy it after Googling, say, WordPress table plugin. They're Googling how to build a member directory or how to build an audio gallery or something really specific. So I really like how many different things it can be used for. So if anyone's got any questions about how to use it for a particular purpose, then we're happy to help with that, because you can be quite creative.
Yeah, we're missing the winds of winter here. Oh, wait.
We're all missing that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Cool.
let's move on to WooCommerce Product Tabs.
Yeah, sure. So Product Tabs is actually one of our newer plugins on the other end of the spectrum. And this is our normal product screen, but when I actually go to visit the product and scroll down a little bit, this is where the plugin is doing its magic. So normally there are just 3 tabs by default in WooCommerce. There's basically like information, additional information or description. There's reviews, and I'm not quite sure if I can remember, but basically, if you want to modify any of these tabs or add new ones, that's what this plugin is for. So if you need to add, for example, warranty information, you can put that on its own separate tab, and it doesn't have to take up space in your description. Testimonials, really great for to have social proof and user reviews for your products. You can have downloads for user manuals and put them into a product table as well, or a post table is that one. I think this is a post table, isn't it? Sorry, document library. This is like a document library. So yeah, all of these different file PDFs can be listed nicely in a product tab. So there's a lot of ways you can start to use product tabs once you get started on, yeah, once you get started with the plugin, you'll realize actually it's very useful. This is just uh, one different product. Let's see one other product to see what other examples they have here. Sizing guide for clothing. That's really good to have on as a product tab as well. Shipping information. You can provide general information so people know what to expect before they head to checkout. And information about returns as well, return policy. Great to have right next to the product that you're selling. So plenty of use cases for this, and it's a very popular plugin as well.
Okay, so Walter just wanted a general overview of product tabs, which we've done. And Carlo, who's also in the chat, has a specific question, which is, I want to know if it is possible to use the product tabs app with the WP All Import plugin. So the answer to that is yes. And we have a knowledge base article about exactly how to do that. So basically, the product tabs are a custom post type in WordPress, and WP All Import is a really great plugin for importing all types of WordPress posts and custom posts into WordPress. So the importer that you get with WordPress as it comes doesn't support custom post types. So that's why you need WP All Import, which does. So you can support your custom post types and import them directly into WordPress that way, and also all the other fields that are stored about them. And go to this article on our knowledge base, and that has more details about exactly what to import and how. And Carlo had another question as well. Firstly, we were talking about random locations. So Carlo and Cornelius are the same person. That's also in the comments. It's from Holland, so that's good. Sam, you're in Poland, aren't you? And I'm in Mallorca, Spain. So interesting to hear where everybody else is from as well. Anybody? I'm sure there are people outside of Europe, so that would be good to hear as well. And Carlo's other question is, can I also use this plugin to change the order of which tab is shown first? Yes, you can. And I'm just thinking to put up a demo of how to do that.
Do you have that, Katie? Because I was about to try.
Okay,
But
if you've got it open, then
I don't. No, I don't. If you have it, go for it. I
think
can get that
find
up in
it
a few
quickly.
seconds. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to go and screen share then. Product tabs. Here we go. So this is the admin for WooCommerce Product Tabs. We're in products, product tabs. We've got a list of all our tabs here, and you'll see at the top there's a reorder tab. So pretty simple. You go in there, and on the left we've got these menus that we can use to change the order of the tabs. So obviously some of these tabs are not on the same page as each other, but that doesn't matter. So let's say that the About tab is on the same product as specifications. So if you've put About above specifications in the list, then it will go About specifications, if that makes sense. So that's a global way of reordering your tabs, because of course you can have the same tab on just one product or multiple products, or even categories and things like that.
I think it's worth clarifying that this is a pro feature. You have to
True.
have the pro version of the plugin in order to reorder tabs like that. But there is no limit to the number of tabs you can create within the free version, but you can't reorder them. And there's a few other limitations as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's one of the pro features. So, and we've got another comment from Walter. Hopefully that's the same Walter that wanted a general overview of product tabs, because he has to leave now, but he's from Greensboro, NC. So that's good. That's further away. And what's next? So that's the product tabs. That is all the specific questions that people had sent to us. So I think that before we finish, let's do a demo of our new live preview add-on, which is about to be released. And while we're doing that, if you've got any more questions, then please add them in the comments wherever you're watching this. And if not, then we will finish after we demo the live preview. So I'm going to go into the
get the early look preview.
Yes.
I think
So
it's a good time, Katie. I
early
think it's a
next
good
week.
time to remind people about the sale that we're offering just to the live stream viewers today.
Yeah, good plan. So that is the 50% off the all access pass, which includes all 19 of our plugins. And so the first 10 people to use that code AAP50 will get 50% off it. Otherwise, it will be the usual 30% that we're currently offering off everything.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go to the live preview. So I'll show you how it works in the front end first. So this is a random demo site that we've been using for testing, and I'll go into this t-shirt product because that's a really common use case for needing a live preview. So I'm going to, oh, I should have prepared professional enough looking images to upload. What should I upload?
Do you have a
Something.
Barn2 logo on hand?
No. Right, I'm going to upload a welcome to the team banner for our newest team member, Satya. That's the most professional image that I can find at short notice.
Everyone's gonna want this t-shirt after this stream, Katie.
We should sell that. Yeah, he would love that. So anyway, we've got this lovely image of Satya, which is now on the t-shirt. That I'm going to show you that we can resize that. So if I don't want quite such a large image of Satya on my t-shirt, then we can resize it and reposition it. And you can see there's a big grey box around it. That's a printable area. And I'll show you how to set a printable area when we look at the back end in a minute. And if you can also add multiple printable areas to the same product if you wanted to, and have a different image in each one. So it's pretty flexible. So let's add this. Oh, I have to choose a variation. So I'm going to choose a blue variation, and you can see the live preview is updating so that you can see our beautiful picture above the on the blue. And if I change it, obviously it's going to update. So you could actually have the same printable area set across multiple images on your variations, which is useful for that sort of use case. And in the cart and the checkout, it will pass the image through. So I've added it to the cart, and I'm going to go through to the cart now. And I've already got things in the cart, but this is the one at the bottom that I just added, where it's got the design I uploaded, and I can also see the preview, which is a really good way to reassure the customer that they've previewed it correctly and the shop will receive the image that they wanted to receive. So let's go and look at that in the back end now, so you can see how to use it once it's available next week. So the product option group for that is custom printed t-shirt, which has the upload your design option that we just saw in the front end. This is a standard file upload field, which you can already add using our product options plugin. The difference is this new live preview row lower down, where you can enable or disable the live preview for that file upload field. You can change the button to whatever you want, which appears on the product page, and so on. And you also, if you want to, need to set a printable area so that people can't put the image in crazy parts of, like, off the side of the t-shirt or something like that. And to do that, I'm going to go in here, and this image already has printable areas, but if it didn't, you'd still click this new button that our live preview add-on has added, which is edit printable areas. And you go in there, and that's where you can change it. So I can make it smaller or reposition it or something like that. And you can also add additional printable areas to the same one. So I might want to add a circle. This is going to be the strangest t-shirt ever, but that doesn't matter. And you can also create your own custom shapes. So if you imagine, say that you were previewing a book or something that was at a slight angle, and you might want to kind of create a random shape which reflected the angle of the book. Obviously this isn't a book, but that doesn't matter. But imagine if that was a book at an angle, then you might want the preview image to be some kind of a diamond so that it distorts it correctly and that kind of thing. So once you've done that, you can click apply, and that will save it to your products. And I forgot to show you how to add it to multiple variations, so I'm going to go back in. So you can choose what changes the customer can make, but this checkbox is important because if you want to share the same printable area across multiple variations, like I showed you on the front end, then you would tick this box in order to do that. And if you wanted to share a printable area across multiple products, then you'll see that we've added a copy areas button here. So you can click that and then paste it on other images which you're using on different products. And you don't have to create the same printable areas multiple times. So that is the live preview add-on.
Awesome, Katie. I see we had a few new questions from Carlo. I think it's a good idea if we can answer those real quick.
Okay, so we'll do, so to buy the tab plugin, I have that open somewhere, the URL. So it's on our website, barn2.com, and specifically it's WooCommerce Product Tabs, if you go to that. So that's the URL.
And you can take advantage of the early bird sale, which you can apply and get 30% off starting from today by
Yes.
using the code early30. I would just like to mention to anyone still watching that the plugins we've mentioned so far are listed in the description of the video, at least the ones we covered in terms of like giving full coverage of the plugin. If we mentioned it in passing, it might not be there, but it'll definitely be on our website. So if you just go there, you can find it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go through them after each live stream, don't you, and add the extra
Mm-hmm.
things and knowledge base links that we covered and all of that.
Yeah, I've done my best to pre-add the ones that I knew we would talk about, but I'll add any more that we didn't know about ahead of time after the live stream.
Yeah, okay. And Carlo's got another comment, which is, what is the benefit of product quick view? So I think, so I'll go to the quick view demo so that we can see that away, because the page we looked at earlier with it had many of our products on all on the same page. So I'm going to go to the demo instead, where you can just see WooCommerce with quick view.
Mm-hmm.
So share screen, quick view, there we go. So this is quick view. You can set it up in two ways. You can have a hover quick view, which we've got on the demo, or you can add a quick view button next to the add to cart button, or both. The benefit is basically that it allows you to view more information about each product and also choose quantities and variations and add them to the cart without having to leave the page. Because everybody knows from research and so on that the more pages a customer has to go through, the more likely they are to either get lost or get fed up and bounce, basically leave your site. So quick view is a way to improve that. So with quick view, see this variable product, there's a select options button, but I can't see the product description. I can't see any additional images about it. I can't select quantities. I can't add it to the cart, and I can't choose variations. And even with a simple product like this album on the left, I can add it to the cart, but that will only add a quantity of 1 to the cart. I can't actually change that quantity. So with quick view, it allows the customer to open a lightbox and see loads more information. We've got the short description at the top. We've got the long description at the bottom. We've got reviews. We've got multiple images, which you can display in different gallery styles. All while we're still, as you can see, we're still on the shop page. So the customer's not lost or anything. They're still there. And they can also choose variations, which you can't do on the shop page. And they can change the quantity and add to the cart, all from that pop-up. So that's the benefit. And once they've added to the cart, it closes and you are now still on the shop page. So if I had added to the cart from the single product page, I would still be on the single product page, which isn't encouraging me to buy more. But by doing it through the quick view, which keeps them on the shop page, they're like, oh, I could buy this group of products. That would be nice. And they would end up buying more in the end, or a larger proportion of customers would. So those are the key benefits of quick view. And I should probably put a link up to Quick View Pro, which I'm pretty sure I have handy. Here it is. And so that's WooCommerce Quick View Pro. And that works with our other plugins. For example, WooCommerce Product Table, you can add a quick view column to your product table so that customers can get that extra information that might not fit into the table, like the long description, for example. Okay, comments?
We had this comment from Eric, who says, hello from San Francisco. They're happy with our plugins and our supports, which I think our support team is amazing as well.
Excellent. And San Francisco is far. That's the furthest so far today.
And have we answered Carlo's question about tabs? There seems
There's
to be
another one.
more.
It's something about what is the difference, and only with text in the tabs it is not necessary. Is this to do with the integration between Quick View and product tabs? Because he's asking about both. If it is to do with how they interact, then if your product page has additional tabs, they will appear in the Quick View Lightbox. So all the examples that Sam showed earlier, like the size chart tab, for example, would appear in the Quick View. So it's a way for customers to see what is in those additional tabs without actually having to visit the product page.
Yeah, I think that's probably what he was after there. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So I think that is all of the questions. So let's review what we've talked about and the sale information. So firstly, our next live stream, we're actually doing 4 in the next week and a half, which is the Black Friday sale period, basically. So we're doing another one on Tuesday, 26th of November, and you can register for that at barn2.com/events. So that will basically be the same format as today's live stream, and we'll be covering different questions, of course, so different plugins, different use cases. It's interesting how different they always are, isn't it? So many plugins.
Yeah, we haven't had a single live stream that felt the same. We're always answering a diverse range of questions about a diverse range of products that we offer. So yeah, it's always interesting, and I'm always learning something new. And I know probably Katie, you've learned a thing or two from me as well. So that always feels good.
Yeah, when your product knowledge, yeah. It's quite fun actually thinking on your feet, isn't it? Like when someone has a random question and you're thinking creatively on the spot, which that's always interesting. So keep us challenged, everyone.
So yeah, take advantage of our once a year sale, guys, and yeah, you know what to do. If you are really interested in that all access pass, this is definitely the best deal you're going to get. We do not offer this to just normal customers. People who are watching this live stream are getting an extra deal on this all access pass. So
yeah,
that's just for you guys as a little pre-Christmas gift.
Okay, well, I think that's everything then. So thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully see you on Tuesday. And if you think of any questions you forgot to ask or anything, pre-submit them for Tuesday, and we can even prepare extra demos in advance and things like that. So you haven't missed your chance.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.